Morning, it's Katherine Skaggs, and it is December 2nd, 2020. And I've been thinking about you all morning. I've gotten up, had my cup of coffee, hung out with my dogs, run an errand, and thinking it's time to give you some inspiration with at least a one card spread with the Mythical Goddess Tarot. But also, I thought I would offer you a little bit of Palo Santo and some energy to shift upwards as we move further into December. I like thinking about this and contemplating in the morning. What do we need today? What would be a blessing for you? What would be some guidance for you and for me so that we can wake up with greater possibility, greater potential, greater heart spaces? I find that the energies are ebbing and flowing, and as an empath, I can be very sensitive to all of people's struggles as well as their joys. And I was feeling a lot of good energy in the last few days. And last night, for some reason, I was feeling some more crankiness. And I thought, where is that coming from? Is that mine? Is that somebody else's? And ultimately, it's like, well, I may or may not know where that energy is coming from, but what can I do with it? And since I am stepping further back into the public again after taking a little cave time, I thought, you know what? Maybe this is part of the request for healing, the request for good energy to come in. So let's see who would like to come in and give us guidance today from the Mythical Goddess Tarot to lift us up and to see what other healing can be offered to you. All right, so I'm just going to do a one card pull at this moment. Interesting. I'm going to do probably more than one card. The first card I pull is a mental suit card, and it is called Pessimism. So that may be the energy that I've been feeling that has felt disturbing to me. As we're moving out into the world, I think of the world circumstances and with the holidays and with politics and health concerns and limitations in how we can join each other safely in the way it's being encouraged. There's a lot of fear in the world, and this is not an inspirational card, but it tells me we need to tend to our minds. We need to tend to any parts of ourselves where we do not feel hopeful, where we feel like we're stuck in a box. If you look at this image, it is absolutely someone dreaming and feeling, defeated, feeling pessimistic about possibility. So I'd invite you that today we're going to do a little bit of healing work with this reading to address any ways that we get mentally stuck, where we can't vision anew, we can't feel the possibilities in our minds. We need to go to our heart spaces to dream anew, to be restored. I'm going to ask if there's a particular card that would like to bring in healing for all the places that we felt defeated or pessimistic, or we can't find our way to a new vision, and ask who would like to step forward to help us, to have some insight. And this is the healing that wants to come in for us today to deal with any pessimism, any mental limitations. And it's the fire card. It's the Maiden of Fire. And she is about revolution. We are in a revolution, so this speaks perfectly to the transformation we need to embrace within ourselves. This was an original painting called Wild Women of My Soul that was adapted for this card in the deck to represent what we need to engage revolution within ourselves, that we may evolve and bring that to the world around us. She is a Kundalini medicine, a fire medicine. She's naked in this picture, so she represents pure honesty and the ability to catch on fire through our passions, through purity and pleasure and honesty with self, to be wildly ourselves, to evolve beyond the limited ways that we've dreamt ourselves, that we've believed it was possible, and to move into an expansion of ourselves and how we move through this world. So again, fire is up to release old patterns that are limiting, particularly mental patterns, and to move into an expansive way of engaging our light, of honestly engaging our weirdness, our wildness, and our need to be expansive through authenticity. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Who are you inside? What have you been afraid of? It's time to commit that to the fire and surrender to your own true nature that is amazingly big, authentic, and fiery. So let this inspire you today to transform, to change, to move into an expanded way of being, to recognize when your mind wants to hold you back and put you in a box, is to set that aside and put it into the fire, to move into a grounded state of being, ground down into Mother Earth, into Pachamama, connect to her fire inside and bring that right up through your root, through your spine and out your crown. See how that opens your heart and expands you into a greater light of your own wonderful, wild, revolutionary self. This is Katherine Skaggs, December 2nd, 2020. I send you many blessings for transformation. And let's add to that reading energy to bring in revolution, to clear our minds. I'm going to bring through some fire medicine. I've lit some Palo Santo for you. Palo Santo is a sacred wood, a holy wood from the jungles of South America, particularly Peru, where I go to study with shamans and to do work with them. And I'm going to bring through that fire. I want you to imagine this fire coming through your energy field, coming through every cell in your body and all these old patterns, so that you can let go of mental restriction, so that you can let go of all the ways you cannot imagine a better life, or that things can change that is too big. I'd like you to see what you can do to join me right now to give that to the fire, to let go, to let the element of fire to be an ally for you, to fire you up, to transform all the fear and all the things that do not feel good, that keep you out of balance and out of love. I'd like to offer this as a beginning to your day to illuminate you, to illuminate your heart. I'm going to bring in the smoke to clear your field, and to support you in imagining anew. It's a great thing in the morning to get up and to sit and to reflect upon your day and possibility. What is it like to begin anew? What is it like to be pure once again? What is it like to be authentic and impassioned? You don't have to answer these questions mentally. Just to sit and contemplate, to reflect, then to ask all your guides, your helpers, your angels, what would it be like for me to feel you, to hear you, to sense you, to know that you're there with me, to help me evolve and to move in my own personal revolution? I like to also sit, close my eyes, go out, either out in nature if I can, or even in my meditation room at my altar, to imagine dropping a giant grounding cord down into Mother Earth and to connect to her fire, connect to her heart and her love, her life force. And this is a great visualization and meditation to do with this picture of revolution of the wild woman of my soul, is to imagine that fire coming up this giant grounding cord into the base of your spine and coming all the way through your physical self, your energy bodies, up your spine, through your heart, through your crown. And imagine that energy coming all the way out and going to the heavens, into source, into the heavenly realms of the divine, connecting you from heaven to earth, bringing that fire through. I bring this as a healing to you today to support you and to know that you can begin your day with great energy of light and with much love.